Notice the uncertainty in this language. Second stimulus check might bring you a bigger payment whenever it arrives. So those are not clear guidelines, right? President Trump has been actively advocating for a new $1,200 stimulus check this week. If it happens, a new rule could bring your family more money than the first check did. So I want to inject some facts here. This is after he said he would only rule on this after the elections, right? Massive uproar. Dow plummeted 600 points. Markets went crazy because that just means that's a delayed economic influx of money into the system by delaying it after the elections. That backfired horribly. And then he said, he said, well, we're going to check into it this week. So a complete change. That was hate to say it, my friends, but that was a complete flip-flop there because that initial playing hardball did not work. Can Americans expect to see a second stimulus check before the end of 2020? That remains uncertain. Drivers, gig workers, delivery people need certainties. When, how much, right? You have rent, you have food, tuition, you've got all of these expenses. So you need some sort of clarity on this, but we're not getting it. After a roller coaster of activity with talks off and on again, negotiations for a broader stimulus bill appear to be back on the table as of Thursday afternoon, along with another payment of up to $1,200 per person. We're at the table. We want to continue the conversation. We've made some progress. We're exchanging language. That's from Pelosi. Before President Donald Trump's abrupt decision while being treated with a powerful steroid for COVID to nix talks on a larger package before urging standalone bills and then backtracking to the larger proposal, Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin were closing in on a deal that could potentially bring your family more money than the first stimulus payment. They met 13 times, and Mnuchin and her were making good headway. He comes out of the hospital and says, nope, calling it off. We'll do this after the elections. Again, backfired horribly. Dow plunged, and it's like, whoop, we better do it now. So how? Through a new eligibility rule that could change to who qualifies as a dependent. It's also possibly you could receive less or more money if your financial circumstances have changed since the first round in March. Although a new stimulus payment has not been approved and the window is closing to reach a deal before November the 3rd election, we tease out some realistic scenarios and how much money they could yield in your next stimulus check. If it happens, it may also be helpful to know how your yearly taxes help determine your share of stimulus money. This story is updated, obviously, more often. Why a second payment may bring more or less than $1,200. If another stimulus bill passes and includes a second stimulus check, it's likely that $1,200 will remain the maximum for individuals, as it was in the last stimulus bill and two proposals. For most people, calculating the total amount requires them to know their adjusted gross income, or AGI. That's just the start. Family circumstances, such as if you file taxes jointly with your spouse, and a range of other eligibility requirements also play a role. A new move to let dependents of any age qualify could bring in more money too. Here are some potential scenarios based on our stimulus check calculator, which you can also use to get a more specific estimate of your particular situation. So tax filing status, if you 1, scenario single, 2, head of household, 3, married, 4th scenario, married, 5th scenario, married. 2018 or 2019 tax AGI, that's the adjusted gross income, whether it's 55,000, 80,000, 110,000 here. 5th case scenario, $200,000. Dependents under 17, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. They give you scenarios. Dependents over 17, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0. Estimated check amount $1,200 $1,700 for head of household, $3,400 married in that scenario there, $4,400 married in that fourth scenario, fifth scenario, $900, right? So go through it. You can pause it on that screen, go over those numbers. I'll also leave you the link, right? So you get a really good idea what's going on. So what do you need to do before the IRS sends you a second check? The IRS will send your check automatically if there's another stimulus payment and if you're eligible. But there may be some things you can do to help make sure you receive your money quickly. Register for direct deposit to your bank account, right? Many people didn't do that. And a lot of people thought, oh, we're getting out, because HR Block and a few others screwed up big time, you didn't get your cash. So direct deposit will be the fastest way to get your money. The IRS already has a system in place to electronically transfer the funds into your checking account. If you already provided those details and registered for direct deposit for your first check or as part of filing your IRS tax return, right? Look for the registration tool to reopen if another stimulus check is issued. So you want to be on top of that. Any questions, please put them out there. The good thing is that the community, the subscribers, the viewers chime in, give us a lot of extra additional information beyond this, which is often extremely helpful to individuals out there. Now, quick shout out to my sponsor, the gig protection plan called COVA, covers all the gig companies, only starts at $7 a month, right? It's a comprehensive gig protection plan. You can play around with the dashboard. You have your auto insurance, obviously you have your health insurance, and now you go out and get yourself a gig protection plan for $7 a month. If you get deactivated, they'll send out the legal letters, fight for you. If you end up in hospital, if your car ends up in the body shop and you lose out on earnings, they kick in and they cover up to 80% of your lost income. Check it out. I also give you 1 month free right underneath the video. Have a great day.